On your head, please. Number one. Right.
Get ready for it. Shabash, Riya. You are getting late. Riya, shabash.
And yet another day breaks at the magnificent state of Lawrence College, Ghora Gali.
Never give in.
Where the college anthem is not just a tribute to its founder, it is indeed the way of life at Lawrence College, Ghora Gali. This little Eden nestles in the foothills of the Himalayas in the vicinity of Murree town and spreads over an area of 100 acres. Some may speculate that this boarding school, amongst many others, was primarily set up for providing quality education to chieftains and lords. The Lawrence colleges that continue to flourish today were founded purely on the basis of compassion and charity. Lawrence Memorial Asylum was built in the memory of Sir Henry Lawrence in 1860 as a boarding school for the orphans of the British soldiers killed in the wars. The Lawrence College, Ghora Gali, one of the oldest residential institutions in the subcontinent, is the youngest of the 3 Lawrence schools today. The other 2 continue the legacy of their compassionate founder in Sanavar and Lovedale in India.
It is indeed a great honor and pride for me to be the principal of this great institution, which is about to celebrate its 150th year. Lawrence College has a very rich history and it has some glorious traditions. I'd like to see those being upheld by the future generations. It should be a center of excellence in all respects, and the product of this institution must have a distinct personality. They should be different in all respects. What I expect from them, and all these 9 years that I have been here, I've been insisting that they should be, my students should be, first and foremost, gentlemen. I want them to excel in every respect so that they are citizens of future. They should be knowledgeable, they should be well-groomed, well-mannered, and must always remember the values that we endear. The Lawrence College in the last few years has definitely improved in all respects. The infrastructure has improved, the quality of education has improved, and the results itself speak for it, because we have produced the best ever results in the last 2-3 years. This must be maintained. But again, I don't mean that there should be, my students should be walking encyclopedias. I want them to develop a wholesome personality. It may look to be a tall order, but we are definitely working in this regard, and I am very sure in years to come, the boys of today will prove their worth in every respect, like their predecessors.
Thus, at the time of partition, Lawrence College consisted of a junior school, girls' school, boys' school, and intermediate school and teachers' training college.
In March 1946, when I joined Lawrence College, I was admitted in class 5 at that time, if I remember correctly. It's a great institution, and I feel very happy that it's completed its 150 years, which is a very long time. And if you go back, I think old students of Lawrence College are scattered all over the world. I wish it was possible to recollect and make out a list of all the former students. I remember very correctly that we were only about 15 Indian boys, around about that much in the whole school.
With independence, the girls' school was closed and transferred to St. Denis. The training college was abolished and the other sections reorganized, and since then, Lawrence College, Ghora Gali only admits male. Sir Henry Lawrence lived a life dedicated to the British Army and the cause of humanity. It is his kindness, undying resolve, compassion and progressive vision which rests in the foundation of each Lawrence school. He died a martyr to the empire at the siege of Lucknow during the uprising of 1857. Never give in was foremost amongst his last instructions as he bravely embraced the terminal cannon shot. His foresight, tactful administration and generous contribution turned these schools from dream to reality.
I have the privilege of having gone to Lawrence College for 8 years. It's an institution which does character building and discipline and equality between the students. And I know of no other place in Pakistan which observes these values as highly as Lawrence College. It's for this reason that Galileans all over the world, they're spread all over the world, have proven to be outstanding citizens in whichever country they reside in. And in our own country, we have seen Galileans in many walks of life, in politics, academia, in services, in the armed forces of Pakistan. They have excelled everywhere.
The academic block of Junior School is one of the oldest structures on campus with a breathtaking view of the serene valley. It is embellished with Ghanolian staircases, wooden arched doorways and box windows with ample light and air. This section has 190 students in total from class 1 to 4. The teaching staff is a team of qualified and hard-working female members. When a 5-year-old arrives at the college leaving behind the family for the next 12 years, indeed the most important years of character building, he is welcomed by the nurturing staff of house mistresses, teachers, matrons, ayahs and bearers who work round the clock and are directly involved in his upbringing, grooming, counseling and completing this child's journey to adolescence.
When a child of 5 to 6 years old, when he comes to us, it is the start of a journey of a lifetime in this college. And at that time, we take that child as an individual and we try our utmost to give special care and love to the boy. We have a module of character building, which includes sportsmanship, citizenship training, and also we tell them lifelong skills. For that, we have a competent staff of matrons and our house mistresses. They are all very well trained to guide the boys to achieve all these targets. And we not only look after their mental growth, but we also bring them towards the intellectual growth, and there we also look after their physical and mental hygiene. Our target is to bring them up to this level that they become good future citizens of this country.
The preparatory school is a middle school at Lawrence College with a population of about 210 children in grade 5, 6 and 7. This preparatory section allows adolescents to study and prepare for the challenges laid down by secondary and higher secondary education. This is a stage where language labs, computer labs, science labs are introduced. The objective is to nurture curiosity, and it is here that students get the opportunity to develop enthusiasm about learning about the world and at the same time develop study and analytical skills.
when a boy promoted to prep school, he become independent. He learn how to handle the matters. The academic work is more organized here. They learn the use of computer, modern technology, language lab, science lab, and in the sports field also. The different trades of character building starts developing here in prep school. A boy in prep school is groomed in such a way that he achieved the basic skills which are required in prep school to excel in every field.
The pinnacle of academic abilities must be reached at secondary education level and is based on performance. And at this point, selection of professional education and career is made. Senior school is all about preparing academically strong and competitive candidates. The two streams offered for secondary and higher secondary education are Cambridge and Punjab Board. This system of education focuses specifically on character building and multi-dimensional growth of the pupils.
Jawad, why have you selected this book?
Career counseling is also available in senior school, which helps the students in choosing the right career paths.
Their participation in the finals is the result of a long process of filtration wherein maximum number of students are given a facility of participating, and then we choose the process of shedding elimination. In this process, maximum number of students participate and declamation contests. Then, as far as the sports are concerned, there in the field, we have inter-house competitions, and the points are considered towards the cockhouse shield, the Qaid-e-Azam shield, the highest shield. Therefore, that is tough fight between the boys. They make it a matter of their own prestige, life and death, fight each other there in the field valiantly with the maximum of their abilities. But when they come out, their friends, galleons bound is there, but in the field, like truly hostile two sides, they fight each other and try to earn points for their houses. That is the beauty of Ghora Gali.
At lunchtime, the students are headed to the dining hall, where their health is prioritized above everything. It is made sure that all the items in the menu are a combination of all necessary food groups. The years these young boys spend living at the college are years of vital significance to their physical development, and hence balance and hygiene are the two most strictly observed guidelines in the college mess. Students observe silence at all meal times, and by the time they have spent a few years eating at the dining hall, they are groomed gentlemen familiar with table manners and art of fine dining.
We had regular timings, and the regular timings were that when we went out in the morning, we had our either PT or drill or whatever and class, then came back for breakfast. And breakfast was a regular thing. When we went in, we sat at a table, and there were 8 number tables. And then, senior most would sit, and then, at the head of the table, and then the juniors would this thing, etc. And then we would, whatever food that we used to eat was done in that fashion, and it was a particular time. You could talk to each other, but there was, we learned table manners. The seniors who were with us would teach us this, and obviously there were people from different background who came, some who knew about table manners, some who did not. But within few months, everybody, particularly starting from class Form 6 and Form 7 at that time, we used to learn this manners.
If there is anything bigger than the unshakable Galian brotherhood at Lawrence College, Ghora Gali, it is the bond between housemates. The 4 houses are Tipu, Jinnah, Babar and Iqbal. At all sports events, games, matches, you will see each boy proudly representing his house wearing a color-coded attire. The house spirit is what defines life at Lawrence College. You stick with your house, it's as simple as that. And it is the honor and prestige of the house that is symbolic to greater good, for which each student pledges to sacrifice personal gain. Each house is headed by a house master. Dorms and prep rooms are also segregated on house basis. Sports are a way of life at Lawrence College, Ghora Gali. Students remain indulged as players and spectators in various games and athletics all year round. The popular sports here are hockey, football, cricket, basketball, squash, marathon race, table tennis, badminton, gymnastics, shot put, high jump and long jump. The Sports Gala and Annual Sports Day are the major sport events that take place every year, and it is at the annual Founders Day the house which achieves new goals in sports, curricular and co-curricular activities becomes the Cock House for the year.
My 6 years in Lawrence College were one of the happiest moments in my life, and I keep meeting students whom I taught, and I feel very gratified when I find they are so well in life. But for me, Lawrence College was more than an institution. In many ways, it's quite different from other residential public schools of Pakistan. You have Eastern College, where you have day boys coming, but primarily it's for the very rich. You have Cadet College, Hassan Abdal, which is sort of semi-army controlled educational institutions with a different requirement. But here you have middle class being represented in the college and the school, and you have boys starting from the nursery onwards. So it's a very, very gradual progress of development of a boy. And when you have that under your own control, you have the satisfaction of guiding these boys towards a destiny that they ultimately attain in life.
G for good means good for nation.
A for astonishingly straightforward.
Loving in nature. L stands for loves to live. Ideal for others. Adventurous in nature. National spirit.
Boarding school is the best way to send a young boy or girl to make a good future for themselves. It teaches you a great amount of discipline. It brings harmony, which is vital. Boarding school brings brotherhood, brings a long-term friendship, and brings you closer. It teaches you tolerance. You live together, you sit together, you play together.
Other than halls of residence and academic blocks, Lawrence College offers a number of amenities which facilitate academic and non-academic activities. The gymnasium has the capacity of a basketball court and can be converted into 3 badminton courts. It also has an exercise hall where students can carry out their workout routines. The sports complex consists of a hockey stadium with a seating capacity of around 2,500 and 2 state-of-the-art basketball courts with glass boards and floodlights. The old playground has been the center of almost all sports activities for a long time. These include football, hockey, cricket, athletics, etc. Hamid Hall is the main auditorium of the college, and it hosts all kinds of events from debates and declamations to mushairas and annual variety shows. The main library holds a collection of about 15,000 books with a very comfortable environment for the students to enjoy their reading time, and it remains open throughout the day. Basic health facilities are provided by Thurley Hospital with a doctor and a team of paramedical staff. The Galians' much-loved cafeteria offers all kinds of snacks, cold drinks and ice cream. This is where boys laugh and chatter away while eating burgers and drinking cola. The barber shop is where the Galians hesitantly go to get their haircuts. There is a tailoring shop and a hosiery section to the Galians which provides the students with school uniform, bedding and other clothing items, whereas they can get their game dresses from the hosiery shop. Galians can get dress and sports shoes at the shoe shop. There is a general store as well, where boys are provided with all general items they would need. In addition to computer labs, there is also a net cafe on campus for internet surfing and correspondence with family and friends. The post office was a source for common means of communication in the past, but now the activities there are mostly limited to money orders. The staff club is a recreational center for the teachers to come and relax in between classes. It includes a TV lounge, a cold bar, an antique billiards table, and also a piano. The teachers are provided with beautiful cottage residences which are spread all over the campus. Lawrence College in the past 150 years has also become an integral part of families where as generations attend this institution. He is a Galian, his son is a Galian, his grandson is a Galian.
I am Abdul Jamali. It is our third generation of Galians. My uncle Umar Jamali and my grandfather Mirza Khan Jamali were also Galians. My younger brother and cousin also studied in LCM class 5. We are proud to be Galians.
Prior to that, there was a cousin of mine, Mr. Aslam Jamali, who was known as Baba in the college. He couldn't complete his studies, he went back. So I was treated as the first generation. After myself, I sent my youngest son, Umar. He was in Lawrence College. Then my eldest son's boys, that is Abdul Aziz and Waliullah, and now third boy, Yasin, who's son of a major in the army, who's my son. Because I found it that in today's perspective, Lawrence College is, in my assessment, probably the best public institution which we have, public schooling institution. The results, the upbringing, the discipline, and the rule of law applied by the present principal, Mr. Farooq Kiani, my hats off to him. And I thought it best that it should be there.
The desire to share one's childhood with their offspring is but natural. However, sending children and then grandchildren to the school one attended represents the trust and faith these old Galians to date have in their college.
My sons, they didn't know what institutions schools are, but I knew it, the family knew it, and because of that, it was the desire of the whole family. So not only my sons, my cousins, my nephews, even they studied over there. And so I put one of my sons in Lawrence College. After that, my son thought about it the same, and so he put his son over there. The same is the case with my daughter, Isaac. She put her son over there. Otherwise, there are institutions like HSN College, Burnhall. I don't condemn them, but I think Lawrence College is the best.
Hurry up, boys. Be quick. You are still here. Quick.
Housemasters and housemistresses are considered to be the pillars of a public school. A housemaster plays not only the role of father, but of a mother too. He takes care of the boys of his house and keeps an eye on their activities during and after the class time. He motivates and inspires the boys to indulge in different activities. He makes efforts to inculcate house spirit amongst the boys, which results in their becoming citizens with a strong communal conscience. He also maintains communication with parents to discuss progress and address issues pertaining to each boy. Unlike day schools, a teacher in a boarding school has multiple responsibilities. They teach them in the classes during the day and then supervise prep work in the evenings. The teachers also supervise inter-house activities, competitions and games. The students get together at the mosque as the prayer bell rings to offer their prayers together. The compulsory congregation at Zohar and Maghrib prayers ensures that students remain conscious of their religious duties. As old as the college itself, the chapel is an absolute architectural masterpiece and represents its majestic look with its unique structure embellished that ignites awe and admiration of the visitors. The chapel is open for prayers for the few Christian students and teachers and also for holding special services throughout the year.
Lawrence College, Ghora Gali is the oldest public school in Pakistan. It has a wonderful history, a very imposing structure, and facilities that are comparable to the best schools in the world. The good thing is that over the years, the administration and school management has not only preserved this history and architecture, but has promoted it. And you'll be glad to know that the school had a very old and a very beautiful chapel. Unfortunately, it got destroyed, and the school authorities have rebuilt the chapel and brought it to its old majestic glory. The management has also been very concerned that school standards should continue to improve. And over the years, facilities in the school in terms of sports ground, halls, classrooms, computer lab, language lab have been added. And school has continuously remained engaged in upgrading its facilities.
Thousands of old Galians are rendering valuable services in almost all walks of life around the globe. They are generals, bureaucrats, leading businessmen, architectural wizards, and recipients of rare awards in recognition of their distinctions. They are politicians, leaders, and key players in public policy. Old Galians is one of the oldest alumni network within and outside Pakistan. There are several chapters in different cities of the country which organizes reunions on regular basis. They also visit the college for friendly matches between new and old Galians. As I leave Lawrence College, Ghora Gali, almost certainly never to return, there is a spiritual dimension to this place, not just for us who have returned, but for those who have gone before us. And I trust for those who have been and are our successors. Donald Briggs, Alumni, Lawrence College, Ghora Gali. Lawrence College takes great pride in its contribution to the defense of the country, and days of national significance are celebrated here with respect and grandeur. Declamations, quiz competitions, and inter-house elimination and decoration contests are held in the spirit of the Independence Day, Pakistan Day, and the Defense Day. The Shaheed Memorial built was to honor the memory of Galians who lost their lives while defending their country. It is a monument that stands for Galian honor and patriotic duty.
MashaAllah, we are 9 brothers, and all of us were in Lawrence College. In 1947, March of 1947, 3 of my elder brothers joined the college, and from 1947 to 1967, I think there was always one of us in the school, college.
Academics and sports are not the only facets of life at Lawrence. All 3 sections stress greatly upon the assorted activities that contribute towards public speaking, creativity, and confidence. Dramatics, debates, naat, qirats, singing, variety shows are all part of extracurricular activities and give the students an opportunity to polish their natural talents and interests. The junior section teachers also involve children in puppet shows and storytelling.
Lawrence College has given us leadership qualities,
courage, confidence, teamwork,
a way to live,
sportsman spirit,
honesty, punctuality,
honor and respect,
enhancement of vision.
The frenzied, routine, and physically and mentally demanding life at Lawrence College makes these short spells of fun and entertainment larger than life. The Saturday film in the auditorium, where all get together to watch a pre-selected film in a cinema environment amidst laughter and joy, similar to that of a small-town carnival. House common rooms are also where boys get to be boys, listening to their favorite music. Every Saturday, inter-class performances take place in each house, where participating boys entertain spectators with songs, poetry, skits, and parodies. Much has changed at Lawrence College and has remained the same. As one walks around the campus with its forests and well-preserved colonial buildings, seeing the students in coat and tie uniform and professors with their black academic gowns flowing, it's easy to feel a time wrap. The spell is broken when one enters the traditional hall and finds boys surfing the net in an ultra-modern computer facility. Today, the college is a blend of old and new, where time stands still in the beautiful stone chapel with delicate stained glass windows and yet moves forward with the building of the monument clock tower.
A steering committee was constituted by the Board of Governors to oversee the sesquicentennial 150th anniversary of Lawrence College, and we have a large representation of old Galileans on that. And of course, the principal is also a member of the committee. And in our earlier meetings, we decided that old Galileans should contribute something to Lawrence College, and we decided that we would contribute a clock tower with a time capsule under it. The concept of the time capsule basically is that the children of today would leave messages which are to be opened 50 years from now, inshallah, on the 200th anniversary of Lawrence College. We estimated that today the youngest child in the school is about 6 to 7, and 50 years on, he would hopefully be 57. And the oldest child, being about 17, would be about 67. And they can look forward to opening their messages that they leave now for the future. But besides that, it is to give the children a concept of time.
150th Founders Day at the Lawrence College, Ghora Gali is indeed a joyous occasion. And it is imperative to acknowledge the attention, devotion and dedication it has received from its patrons.
33 years back, once I was a student here in this college, there has been massive progress in terms of infrastructural changes, like a number of laboratories have come up, the new labs and the new library, the new classes, and auditorium was rebuilt, a new gymnasium has come up. It's a very, very interesting and very useful facility. And I see this college becoming or acquiring the status of a university someday, and not very long, very soon, hopefully.
The true meaning of excellence is defined only through the zest for progress, and it is a future vision for the college that truly expresses the ardor and commitment of those who spend hours of their day in making Lawrence College a better place. An autonomous board of governors manages the institution under the chairmanship of the Governor of Punjab. The government of Punjab's patronage has played an instrumental role in the success and ambition of a better, brighter future for the college and its students.
Lawrence College is the oldest residential institution in Pakistan and has become part of Pakistan's history. It's 150 years old now, and this is a very special occasion for us, since this institution has provided leadership in all fields and is one of the national assets of Pakistan.
Life is like a sea, where birds fly free, full of waves and breeze, where dream and hope freeze. Waves which bring love, and breeze take away that love. Washing sand castle in the bay, breezing them away. Glowing sun is the only hope, but it's hard to hold that hope.
चलें बेटे, बुक्स बंद करें, लाइट ऑफ करें.
This is a song, onwards and upwards, marching along. Though day be weary, though night be long, onwards and upwards. This is a song, onwards and upwards, marching along.